you might wonder about some applications. Obviously, the application of these polynomials aren't going to be, anything overly exciting. It's not going to make you fly or anything, but they are going to be useful for finding out information. For example, you could try this for reduced rates, and maybe read this, give it a try, pause the video, and see if you get the same answer. And then I'll do that one in a second. And also, we're going to be using some simple interest formula, which is right here. P stands for the principal, R is the interest rate, N is the number of calculations per year, and T is the number of years. So we'll do some of these problems involving interest in homework and talk more about that then. But for now, let's go ahead and try this one. Okay, this is a really tough one to interpret this English into an equation. But if you call x the number of skiers, originally, then you can say that the original price, which would have been 480, divided by the number of skiers originally, x, times, minus new cost 480. That's how much it's reduced by. So this is the cost. The price divided by the original number of skiers would be the original cost. It decreased by 480. We can multiply that new cost by the number of skiers that are going, which is the original plus 5, because they said there's 5 non-members going now. And that should equal the total fare, which is 480. And we can find that to find out how many ski members are going. So we're going to solve this. We're going to need to clear fractions. So I'm going to clear fractions by multiplying through by x to both sides. Now this is multiplication here, so I only need to do it to one of these quantities. So I'm going to distribute it to the first one. That gives me 480 minus 4.8x. And that needs to be multiplied still by x plus 5. And that's going to give me 480x over here. So I'm going to FOIL 480x plus 2400 plus negative 4.8x squared plus negative 24, last times last, negative 24x. And that all equals 480x. Okay. Now I'm going to simplify, get in standard form for a quadratic, so 4.8x squared plus the middle terms, which I have negative 24, positive 480, and I'm going to have a negative 480x as well when I move this over to the other side. So I'm going to add those together and you get minus 24x, obviously, because this cancels with that. And then you still have the 2400. That equals 0. I'd probably multiply through by -1 to change these signs, which is fine. And then I'd probably solve this with quadratic formula. You know it's not going to factor. Normally with real-world application they don't. But I actually might graph this in the calculator to find out when it equals 0. So I'll do that real quick. Okay, so I typed into my equation. I graphed it. I had to change my window quite a bit to finally get to a point where I could see it. And then we're going to do second calculate 0. Hit enter. You have to scroll to the right of the 0. Hit enter. And then hit enter. And it tells us that 20 is our answer for the number of people for x, which was the original number of people going. Now, obviously, we need to add 5 to that to get the new members in there, so 25 is the total numbers going. I know this was not an easy problem whatsoever, but it's a perfect application of where quadratics and these polynomial equations could be used to find some information. Hopefully this helps.